Today, basically, I'll be talking about device for next generation communication. And first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Sunita Mehta. I'm working as an assistant professor at Chitkara University, Punjab, and also director of Shitashii Innovations Private Limited. So, I'll start my presentation with briefing about the communication. So, in the present era of these smart technologies and devices, so communication is basically a not only a key to the effective relationships and the businesses, but it also fosters a teamwork and the collaboration, which basically impact the organization cultures to a significant level. And moreover, if we see like nowadays the advancements in the technologies are going in a very rapid going with a rapid wave. So and either it's a smartphones or it's computers or the most importantly the human machine interfaces, so which I believe are going to be the next generation communicative devices. So, if we talk about the communication, basically we are having four types of main communications. The first one is the verbal communication, where we use different languages, either it's a regional language or a universal English language, so we communicate through these languages to each other and convey our messages. And another one, like the second one, is a non-verbal, which basically we use to express our emotions. So for that, either we use our gestures or our body language. And the next one comes written communication, where we can use either paper, pen, or our computers or iPads. And the last one is a visual communication, where we use our different kind of images or the videos to basically convey our messages. So speech is basically it's nothing but a medium for expressing our thoughts. And if we ask any like clinicians or any like a layman person, that will say like speech is nothing but when we have air coming from the lungs to our larynx, and then our vocal cords vibrate and we produce the sound, and that is considered as a speech. But what if I say like we can have other ways of producing speech as well? So, for example, when we are speaking, it's not only our larynx is like larynx movement is involved, but our facial expression, even our eyes are like having the movement. So, what we are having particularly in this device, we are focusing on different facial muscles here, which are involved when we are speaking. So, there are different muscles, like facial muscles, and out of these, if we consider the main one around the cheeks or on the chin, and like if we consider the different the significant facial muscles which are involved in our speech process. So, what we have done, we have devised an innovative device for producing the communication. So, where what basically we have done, we embedded some sensors onto a face mask on the strategic locations of our face, which are where like facial muscles are involved in the speech process. So, the novelty here is of course the mask here that we are using here, which is made up of a transparent, breathable, as well as a waterproof membrane. So after and moreover, this mask can be easily cleaned and then cleaned with normal sanitizer, and it can be reused again and again, even with the sensors embedded into it. So, on a I'll not go much into the technical level. So what we are doing here is basically we are using the surface electromyography signals that we are extracting from our facial muscles. So in addition to the like face mask and the sensors, so we are having the necessary desirable electronic circuitry, which is not only desired for the extracting the like the signals from the facial muscle, but also for transferring those signals wirelessly to any portable device. Let us suppose any wireless speaker or any mobile phone. So after that, we are the signals are processed, and then processed, and then we apply some advanced algorithms and the natural neural network analysis to create speech out of that. So it's basically a device for a speech synthesis, you can say that. So here, like just like we are having our earbuds or like headphones, where we are listening to the sound without producing the sound in the outside environment. So similarly here in this device, we are speaking, we are producing the sound without even creating any sound at a localized level. So oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So, what can be the potential applications for this device? So, basically, we are producing a synthetic voice here. So, one possible market, of course, can be the patients with the head and neck cancer who are not able to speak after their generally we have the laryngectomy where like larynx of the patient has to be removed, and after that the patient are not able to speak properly. So the one possibility is like this device can be used for those patients like who are not able to speak because of any kind of disease. And another possibility is like, for example, if I want to speak and then like in a noisy environment, so here I'm speaking and I'm creating the sound here, but like the another person on the other hand, he will also be listening to the noise in my surroundings. So if I want to communicate in the noise environment, or I can say that I want to communicate in a privacy manner so that the people around me are not able to listen to whatever I'm trying to communicate with the other person on the other hand. So I'm sorry again. I don't know why it's coming here. So yeah, if I come towards the on the like back end, what we have done here. So I mentioned like there are three things. One is the membrane that we have used, like the transparent and the breathable for the face mask. Then we have the sensors, and after that we have the electronic circuitry for the data extraction, and then further the advanced algorithm networking. So for this membrane fabrication, we have used the methodology. So what we are using here, it's inspired for our human skin. Just like our human skin is like soft and the flexible, having the Young's modulus in the range of say zero point 0.4 to 0.8 megapascal, and our skin is generally it's stretchable. It's having undulation on a microscopic level. If we see, it's like a three-dimensional having certain undulation, and it's stretchable up to a certain extent. And moreover, it also has a tendency that it can allow the perspiration to pass through it. And, and in addition to that, it resists the water flow. It allows the water vapors or the moisture to transport through it, but it doesn't allow the water to flow through it. So it resists the water flow. And similarly, inspired from this skin anatomically, we have developed this membrane which is breathable, waterproof, as well as it allows the water vapor transmission through it. So the methodology that we have used here, it's a simple one. We have used a polymeric concoction, and then which is put in a mold and then allowed to dry, and then after that we have done the post processing over that. So after this, So after this, so after fabricating, so we were like pretty like curious enough to check whether it's actually allowing the water resistance. So which was like confirmed from the like experimental technique, that is a measurement of water contact angle, where the angle of greater than 90 degree confirms that it is hydrophobic enough, and it will not allow the water like to wet the surface. And the one major advantage of this water contact angle Like the hydrophobicity of this membrane is that generally when we were in the time of COVID pandemic, so we were concerned about like the viruses or like any kind of microbes attaching to our skin or our like body. So if we have these kind of membranes, so with this hydrophobicity, this ensures that if there will be anything dissolved in or any foreign particles in a moisture or in a water vapor, it would allow it to adhere on its surface. So we have not checked about whether it really shows the antimicrobial or antiviral property, but we claim that since it's a hydrophobic, so it might have the possibility to be used as a face mask, especially for this COVID pandemic kind of situations. And moreover, we tested from the morphological examination. The membrane was consisting of like interpenetrating cracks here, so which were basically allowing the water vapor or the moisture to transport through this membrane, making it breathable. And similarly, this was also tested with the experimental techniques where we get the water vapor transmission rate for this particular membrane. And just like so, since we are planning to attach it to our skin, especially in our facial muscles, so it needs to be stretchable enough and soft enough to like make a kind of comfort feel to the user. For that, it was tested for its mechanical properties, and it was found that it was like soft and flexible enough with a Young's modulus in the range of zero point 0.5 megapascal, and it was like stretchable enough up to like 30%. We can stretch it very easily. And moreover, and the plus point of this membrane was that over the above all the properties having, it was transparent enough. Like even we had this breathability as well as the stretchability, it retains its transparency to a maximum level. So after that, after membrane, so the next thing comes the sensor. For this, we used like a certain type of skin, so a certain type of ink. We have used here a graphene ink, and for like making the sensors on this membrane, we use screen printing process. Screen printing is nothing but it's the process that is used for printing logos or tattoos on a fabric or our t-shirts. So and the major property and the main property that is required for any ink to be used for screen printing process is it should be thixotropic. That is, it should be viscous enough, just like we have our toothpaste or our like sausages. But as soon as we apply some pressure over it, it should be able to flow through it easily. It should reduce its viscosity. So the ink was tested and synthesized accordingly for the desirable properties. And moreover, since we are going to extract, so we were planning to extract the electrical electromyography signals from our facial muscles, so it needs to be electrical enough. So it was tested for its electrical property in terms of sheet resistance values. For that, we tried with printing the different number of layers of these ink, and we found that as we increase the number of layers, the resistance value gets decreased, and decreasing the resistance means increasing the number of increasing the electrical conductivity. So this is just a schematic of the process that we followed for screen printing. So for this, we used a screen mesh. So it's nothing but like a kind of mesh of a certain like density. And after that, this mesh was coated with a emulsion. So this is basically a light sensitive emulsion. And after that, we put a mask. Like mask sheet over this. So this mask was having a desirable pattern in the form of like opaque here. So for example, we have shown three bars over here. So the overall mask sheet was transparent except these like bars. And after that, we allowed a light of certain wavelength to shine through it. And since I mentioned like this emulsion is a light sensitive one, so from the regions of the mask where it was able to pass through this transparency, the emulsion gets cured, and after that like when it was developed, which is nothing but like splashing a high pressure jet of water over this. So we get the basically the openings on this mesh in the desirable pattern. So after that, the ink that we synthesize, the graphene ink with the desirable rheological and the electrical properties, so that was allowed to like pass through these openings, and after that we get the screen printed substrate over here. So this is the final like the prototype device that we have. So here this is a transparent membrane that we fabricated, and over this we had these patterns of our sensors on this. And after that, like these sensors were tried for like the signals were extracted while doing some facial movements on with these sensors like put on the skin. So this is like all about this device, and after that, once we have these signals, these are like further filtered and then processed, and then we use certain neural networks to like correspond to the like particular signal to a particular like speech word. So if I talk about the cost, so this device is still is in under development stage here, but we are assuming like the cost of this device will be around 500 to 1000 INR, which is pretty less than like whatever the human machine interface devices available in the market at this moment. And since I mentioned the membrane that we are using on over the sensors, these can be reused after sanitizing or after cleaning with any kind of soap detergent. And it is most importantly, it is comfortable to the user. It's soft, flexible, as well as stretchable, so that it can be worn for a like longer period of the time for the user. And it's a wireless, so we are like it's a portable enough. And the moreover, the neural network that we have used here, the advanced algorithm, that has been able to produce accuracy which is greater than 95%. It means when we are training the model, so there is a 95% chance. So like the person on the other end will be able to listen to whatever I was trying to speak with this device. And I would also like to mention about the team. We are having we are having me as a like principal investigator for the team. I'm basically from a material engineering and the flexible electronics background. So we are having like some advisors for this particular project for device fabrication. We are having biomedical specialists with the biomedical instrumentations as well as the machine learning methods. And in addition to that, as I mentioned, this device can also be used for the people who are like suffering from this neck and throat cancer. We are also having clinical collaborators on board in this project. And moreover, the overall like either it's a membrane fabrication or sensor fabrication or electronics, so everything is very like easy in processing. There is no complexity or any hi-fi like things involved here. And moreover, we have been able to file two Indian patents as well as a PCT application for this particular device. And finally, I would like to thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your patience. So now I would like to participants or attendees, if they have any question or if they want to discuss further on the processes or the materials which I have discussed for this device. Please feel free to.
Yeah, okay. I think there is a one general chat, one question from Dritiman Das. So you
Mhm.
can you see, ma'am, in general chat?
Okay. If this would require randomized controlled trials or clinical trials in communities followed up for a specific time duration before launching it, yes, we are like on a volunteer basis. We have already done some trial, but for clinical trial, we need to like go for the regulatory and other like approvals for that. So we are in the process of applying for these clinical trials, But yes, on a voluntary level, and we have done some. Well, some trials have already been done. My pleasure. So if there are no question, I think can we conclude it, or like I wanted to it to be a like discussion, or
Sunita, can you hear
Mhm.
me? Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes,
I
I can
think
hear you.
the recording will be available now. So we
Hmm.
will be putting it up on the platform also, so that
Hmm.
people can view it at that time. I don't think there are any more questions right now.
Yes, I can see.
Yeah. So the recording would be available on the platform for whoever. So you can invite your friends. Anybody who's registered can view it as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
एक सेकेंड ना Dhruviman Das again asked one question in general chat.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, you mentioned
95.
100%. Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, for this, for example, the sample size we have collected the data from. So we have collected the data from different volunteers for a like different words or the letters, and for example, for from one person we have collected the data for around 100 to 200 samples. So you can see that the sample size is more than like 10,000 to 20,000 here. And another interesting question, like one could have asked, uh, what if we are having different languages or for different skin types, or if somebody is having beard, so we are going to have different variants of this device. For example, if somebody is having beard, then we are going to have the sensors with different these will be intruded, these will kind of embedded into the out of the mask on the inner side. And for example, if we are having variation in the skin, that also needs to be taken care, but that will come under the material properties. So we have to change the material accordingly. For example, we have to work on its stretchability, as well as how much it can be. The size, of course, matters. And for example, if females are wearing, they will be more concerned about how the outer boundary is. We are having the head, the neck bend, how comfortable is it? It should be thick enough or thin enough. So we are going to have the different variants according to the user's perspective as well. So these kind of studies we have done on a like on a normal population, but yes, for going for before going to the disease person, so we need to be sure enough, and this device should be comfortable enough to handle the disease persons. So I'm having another question: how would you ensure that the results are extrapolatable at a population level? Is that possible? So I mean, there is so in every device there is no fit for all, so we have to work on different variants, and then work on the maximum possibility that we can have. So there is never 100%. So yes, trying. So the only possibility here is we can try it like on as many population as possible, and then on a statistical level we can try to be get the correct answers or correct results, and only then we can extrapolate.